than 16 branches and Ghana na Kumasi mo overseas junction Alpha Radio Nchenwa Uramo Boasia Court Junction there's a council quarters wa ena obenwom saso ena uramso eye nkokọ obenwom ho saso na uram osunwan uram otachiman uram nkransa uram ogoso ne miamia bebra obenwu 21st clinic from 0540 311 311 0540 311 311 Omadaruma and ombo ya chiduma me de nsema hodo e de ababa bedam wo na drink ne ba ko pe mizo fruit drink your flavors hodo your mango flavor your pineapple flavor na drink bia obi atimnum bi wo ye kramoni wo ya brewa wo ye pemfo ya akoda wo ye odayade mpaso mpo na mizo fruit drink e bi se nuaba emu eni asone a ye dia banum a ese ya dia mani peduan san ye kama enu akino ye di misa 5G eso e dia ba na 5G no ye drink bi a ze said edge no ntra ha e wo man Ghana mu a jensi na wo mu ye memma dia green tea ni eyi test ni kama ye adwuma no wabre sesa from pa na wo te so wo ye kese a wo ye kese bi a oni nye ho ebe na ne srade ni nyina dia ma wo funu nyina so bete wo to ni nyina be kama eno miza 5G ma onsanka bi fe number yi baby obi o se bro bi ma wo ton e be bro bi open do support to akoton program bi ase miza 5G mizo food drink number no 0246 270221 0246 270221 ofra ye be bro bi doctor cancer sellers and maba one manted na monten so a omo ebonu don commission mo a no atobi na so Sompa drink no ba ko pe miza 5G mizo food drink yen sha sem fan sem auto a ya boaboa no na awie wo Shootout dumadie no so emfa mu fam emfa ma menwram o kafa so ye ni nyina no so ram o kafa enche na Morocco 2025 qualifiers ne beba so next African Cup of Nations to do Morocco next year 2025 na prelims no and about 12 noon and our kafa so ya omo the first round of the prelims qualifiers no omo ye draw na say and after the draw no say and compare my first leg and a second leg na so far Somalia share Eswatini na Sao Tome and Principe share South Sudan Chad any Mauritius share Djibouti esri Liberia edi eshia and watch the best second leg ne Eswatini and Somalia beshia na South Sudan and Sao Tome and Principe eswabo na Mauritius esune Chad abona Liberia eswo welcome Djibouti I am from 20th to 26th March and preliminary stage round 1 omo draw na bana wie no ombe bama bia esu atimi ayekama eno ede dawo ede mamo na yemwra mo the Black Queens of Ghana nyame ba Friday omu gina akono enu Paris 2024 qualifier Olympic Games Ghana ya Black Queens for the first time obetima qualifier kubiana na third round first leg against the Zambia national A team na reporter ban say ene na Zambia omo emma national team ebe touch it down eso ewo Ghana krodua ha na omo be prepare say Friday 5 p.m. ewo Accra Sports Stadium first leg no betima todwa ama bia so etima fine eno ede dawa ye jejamu edamamo ewo dwumadie no so na yemramu Accra to folk omo aso to folk omo so ye training gidi ugram Pobiman Sports Complex had to folk egusa omo training boabo mo na coach of Free Ivory Coast ye friend Abubakar Ouattara eko fa so mastermind out of folk omu training o supervisor no ma nyina de bi keke no ma hye na diet out of folk omu si nyame pasan day best cotton chia edama RTU o soga ko pewa park ni nyina ne se RTU fo bo se omo nsere omo so mu nsu omo so mu muna ompa mu adwuma papa na ukowura mu abante baako a yeven Isakuka why fitter obejram second round edama heart of folk boboko no na Isakuka why former Real Tamale United omo player na in all competitions about 45 games to Real Tamale United 18 goals why fit for heart of folk Sunday obejram second round of Ghana Premier League Monday 18 abobia me bia kama na heart of folk aso Maxwell Asabre former NCC secretary ono no a demonstration hearts of folk supporters no no ye kwani ni ko di nkom na bisa say opanyini na sa demonstration amuye editor the executive chairman etogwe afede the 14th and say muye editor the current board na hearts of folk no omusi we dia dabi sa board na tuwe ye omu recognize omu back Maxwell Asabre Edeka.
Because currently we don't recognize any board member again in the club except His Royal Highness Okiba Fede. Only recognizes he's the majority shareholder and the most powerful person in the club at the moment. And you know, when petition, it is not to the board, it is to the majority shareholder. To the board chairman, say, Washisha Bobi, Masabon, the Kayan, say, when we say agitation behind my AGM that it is because of his huge personality yana you call AGM no it can be because any nyadwen eventually no it make bibi no na yadwen na AGM na eboko yan call AGM enko to kwada it is because of the respect and reverence we have for him and having made certain statements demonstration was meant to remind him of statements and what should be our share and you kind of say more money will fee na almost any money. It's as simple as that. Or a penina, deep was so
and you and some Maxwell Asabre, former National Chapters Committee of Hearts of Folk, or more secretary, no ura mo Hearts of Folk tima, na supporters no edge demonstration, na odimuntintima pa, or no, and a castle there to just say, no credit. Current Heart of Folk board no recognize omo kra na no chi na buza say a bia demonstration enra e de tia Heart of Folk mpanyimfo ebi su kra say nyame ba Sunday osoga kopewa fa park omo ba be t-shirt outdoor e de akota togbe afede the 14 the executive chairman achi na sound croforo ebi for togbe ebi against togbe Jana woka edia force twe has panie has and a division abam say
me say this current board at 13 years I supervise this sharp division among the supporters and your unprecedented when you know has no but you said you will be that so division power will have the creation of this particular board and it will be and will be petition a former board chairman and he alone is the one who is supposed to receive our petition.
And ye Maxwell Asabre and our full-time Jumadien so Sompa yet na say non kunumpa mu anopa eko se pramono betua no ma pi and ye package di bramune and ye to kasa ni din koma onya daja o chirechire mu ne abedane achire se de dwomni ba ebo ni sika achi no okọ ba bi e kan na kamani onso anopa no mton a otena sa no wadane danis kanachi sa ne ye dane achire amonu se no ma eko ene ba no ye ram o krobie kuma sa sante kotoko amaso kai o mu player ye fe Nicholas Mensa na afi baako emunie na Brante no bobo akwa dine ediama no na suspension a owura mu nyina no after e boss bi dumie no waba baka wasa obo adwuma de Asante Kotoko na no Sante o baba yara against Nsuatraman FC Kotoko JA Kufo Cup no Brante no be sia ka dem say ne coming back no say any city e de emano.
It was a great feeling yesterday. Yeah. It was a very great feeling. I was very happy. I was very, very happy to come back on the field again. Sometimes you feel like quite a while for someone to feel 1 year on Bobo. Sometimes we look out toward you and say, we'll train you. Yeah, sometimes. Over things and be friends, the cars and the actual above me, yeah. Or it sounds so warm, so a shame crying. Say, don't give up. Time with the song. You have to train, To me, now, can you have a name? Or stay focused or training. Sometimes, me to want to how I issue in the city now. I say, I dare winning you now. I say, sometimes it was very hard.
Right, Nicholas Mensah of Asante Kotoko. Nensa no akano very deep, too emotional. Na Ricardo.
Uda.
Bogodie.
O nyame adom na wonzo e.
Nyame adom ekrokrama. Nicholas Mensah Kasa, Maxwell Asabre, former NCC secretary. Eso akasa concerning Heart of Folk supporters demonstration anu omo yeye. Saso ena yebehwe Zambia omo emani team no ne touch down. Ewo Ghana ahead of the Black Queens Paris 2024 qualifiers no. Ombeba be bom sembe brain dey atoto dwa we owura mu hene.
Uta mayema ya hwefo ne yatiefo ne akwa ba mo Facebook no mo tie radio ni na. Se wo he ensem wa Nicholas Mensah kan ye na. These are some of the things I say omumdi in football na nim no. Enso ehwe no mudi hu djuma no ye ni ye. Some of the guys no maybe you obobo no but nyoma e wet na no mo nheda enkomu sa. Ebi say dey no work say ade a onim ho hwe den onim ho hwe. How can you tell me say edian o de bobo no so onim ho hwe? But sometimes these are the doings of omumdi football clubs na nim ne dey omo enso esi omo nyoma. I am a witness to one guy Osi akan ewo in league ni mu bia now he's facing the same challenge. Ne team o sha ase na osi akan dem awo mo no. Ahun say wa kodanim wa build the CV no and now they want to get something from omugidi ezedin deal bi ba sha mo betimi akonanim. So they want to get something from it. Do mo pe no mu nyanti o mo de akọ GFA. And now the guy fie.
Wow.
Under 20 no wanya bi abo chan tournament a Ghana ko boy wanya bi akọ. And he's even here rich. He went to trials for Turkey. Nyankopon adom. Unya Abrante Fene Eduardo Camavinga. Omo managing so mbeso ni mu.
Wow.
And now everything is building up for him. Ano me kuyi pa de mano. But now they are called GFA and Saadi na so on pamebo so ojitum na or go back to Saadi name na. There is nothing like CV for Saadi no.
Okay.
Dino crasses here now wa build ya massive.
Or any proof.
Or any proof na man for who say Saadi no do ho. But has Saadi so now he's turning between the one is it one day.
Saadi me pese apostle be kire me be educate me pa. Di na si eba na say see nim say me di luta boache. Eno e din a ye di ato me. Me di ahye football career say me di akọ school. Na all of a sudden be do ba bi na makọ inherit different name. Na saga na sa no man e ne free hen e kwa be na faso esie
the players ni bi o ha bebre na gidi say omo age na konanim so on be to me so omo din e bi a team owners no ne omo mpane from the team nanim they want to get the player for themselves abre ni kwan so omo twa de so omo twa ma teams bi maybe sa na man ne kom apostle will be the best person be ma chetre mu ye ho
see player din sisa but even do player ba for so be register no with a different name. Met me afa chire mini player nakasa and I'll use a different name to register the player.
Okay.
So I tell my evening than yeah. So even at the FA level, it happens at the bigger stage. It happens all the time. Player here we are no. Oh, it is simple. Me person Ricardo and the player no Ricardo said be football no she dan wait kakra me person benya hwe intimate sample and day as an age and sometimes because of the kind of contract deals age now mo hwe no age no say be attract okay they say me manipulate it minya age and friend juri gogo na kuntu ase juma di
kuntu na se dwadie
no na me make sure say me wanya a 16 instead of 18 hour no and I made 20 years no deal na be about 14 so na be a deal no benya akotru no akwa brochi no manyiska. So these are the key reasons why that is done.
Okay.
Major one player say we as said the area player no the player is very exceptional, very good player. A quite be as a fan maybe as a player because a day already register will be anymore and tell me to me but say me we na new player.
Okay.
So there's here. But and then the system no FIFA connect system they are very difficult for that to happen. 2 years there bet you.
Okay.
First when they're simple, right? So there's when they football casa, we are there is all over the world. And yeah, South America is west.
So Apostle, indeed, say Ebasa, yes, player no bad practice such sanctions.
Well, at the end of the day, this is the player that's in question. Who nobody knows the agent. Whose name are we changing? Is the player.
Who now what tears here?
Yeah, who now player? Who tears one tears you? There are a lot of them are playing Ukraine away. But you will be the center of where they are winning upon the show. Because you are the one that is the center of attraction. Who near transfer. It is expected. Just say be to some extent when you are minor. Leniency is given to that, but who do age of 18 Kodia? I saw player no entina unim akikane mo we lawyer na manager. Guardians so mama me papa and so uncle nipo tin omo guide you to make sure you have a proper representative or metimi akan ukai Stella.
Yeah.
Mikai say madam for Hagan na manager no abosokan has contract extension omo so or kai son to be to na or the Nissan fast one side bibi that resulted in 40,000 Ghana cedi kodo must be to Hasbrook or sign you was or the Nissan in fact no the Nissan far who said it was just like this okay. Any proper signature. But what would do some Fabia sign a signature?
Yeah.
To him, no Muhammad to the main family sign. He thought it was a joke, but assemble it was a serious matter. And do your player be or do before do some be biado. And so when you be a better me a church much show. Now what tear say ye don't sebi so I won't move and out how about affecting that before you decide to do that? And idea they I keep on encouraging players. But see, here players almost $2 ni bibi kakrebia no mu pocheche sata na adwin no mu refie no dollar kitwa no nemu. Sorry Gadam. Look, he would have turned out to one of the best young players Ghana will produce. Or yet gifted, highly talented, but because of double restriction, go see the same. So a major problem. And their FA must crack a whip. A policy decision as FA here. Say from here, if you only club from here to FM, Mrani didn't finish him. Want to crack the whip. Make sure your documentation be a shame. Why I bet you so be bisano, it be 10 years, you ban no Ghana football. So what club you be demoted. So all those things, punitive sanctions. I bet deter Nipa and Shedda and Ninja, but for now, there's nothing like that.
Ricardo, to ask me.
Insanity, but you're more buying Nicholas. More buying on your mom, Basso.
Okay.
2 10 7 hours can say, you be boo a bum, or you training the Aquahin, and the son, and 1 hour better to know. For him to stay true to himself, calm himself down. Not only training Kaka, or Mitia kind of tells you that, or Mom Ben and Sweat my Juma. And the patients are Kumasias and go to Kunya. Say, this is young boy. We be say Yatono, young tiny chi, na and then go through take and 10 idea. Ye boko to conform and so about. And after game now, I'm bought the tia in Swaterman. I'm up for action say a new player bay and I got to Kwaka signing on. And it should be a good addition for Kumasias and Kotoko Bobo. And he was someone time and away, he was performing for Kumasias and Kotoko, scoring a lot of goals for Omo and assassin with Tono. But for him to have come back, no be see academy in Swaterman now he's available for selection. No, should tell us our branch and so Abon Homoden, why Juma to train 24/7 each and every single day. No akwa da wa bra omranti and I say unyana me kwa bobo ye train wa fie for him to still sir long period now what me back no. I think that he will be happy pa. And now it should be something I say Asante Kotoko for any teams akesini nano should start to embrace no mcha senye hu adwuma. Ya tesa Asante Kotoko no one kasa player your friend Solomon Safo Taylor and with the same issue. And them sisane sana manimano. Big clubs shouldn't be having these kind of things. For Nicola Denaba, one gets out to do play a call. It should tell you that there are certain things they say when ye. Simon say, and for own cost road said opposite team no cost on. For a team like Asante Kotoko, how big is it once Asante Kotoko? I was in Ivory Coast. I met a man, Yaneko Hair from Abidjan to Yamoussoukro, and he was talking about Kotoko near sec.
Okay.
And how happy he was. And the way I don't see Koi, and now him come on now needing the way to ball Asante Kotoko dinya. You come back home and Asante Kotoko no I who wa bonte one unchada hunesa el kruma. And a lot of nearby teams in bitimi and there and they train bitimi aka. So this one no a good news that Asante Kotoko. The guy will come and he will come and perform for team friend Kumasa Asante Kotoko. So it's a good thing. Luther has to folk for supporters ni bre na omo demonstrations omo ye board for ne nsenzemi bre omo kan sem kire to go ntini na no e den ntina opese o kan sem kire to go ontie because you have nothing contributing to the club in terms of financial things. You have nothing contributing to the club. The namo ya na sem ko hebo
say bia omo so omo say omaka chiyimfi until say so ye
it's been there for only God knows how. Teams you know ade omunya from mo and supporters na gate proceeds recently omo konko hebo no omo di club na ti no say support club no cry ye adwuma club no basted no person hebo no free
and say ye major kankapa
omo say di club na ti ye do club ye adwuma club no ba ogidi ye say makọ radio so makọ kasa me pound team no ni ade nto no ba on person no so betua sika ba games ni bi eni ya ade a ha teams no. So for you to be a supporter now be kasa ma ya tie no you need to be contributing to the club. There be am ya nam dem fatu hu ya ba it got to a point in time na Inter de egu mata nanim no token. The token was from the fans. So the fans contributed to the club financially. Obi o ma osika ya ade no ka asemo a unitie no ade a utie ne ntentempa. Imagine say encourage bi amount bia na ka has to folk supporters yi atimia yi sika bi abebe o de enfan say 100,000 Ghana cedis and ama has to folk every single month omi say sika de mo ntu ugidi ye pa say come maka brain and panifo bi o di club na nimu a o mo so o mo mpa o mo so da bi rado mo ye adwon ka ni say ngom da so
dabi
so upeso kan asem ni etia contribute to the club omo ho anwan assurance ye omo ye Star Life Assurance adi no omo ye. How many supporters no matia? How much no matia da ma club no? Ko he games ma club a onko. O se club na ye no ba community bi an cheda nko ye. Enti onko he ball no. These are the things that you get. Support the club wholeheartedly. Support the club financially. Make your support count. So you taking decision now. You are major part of the decision taking.
But se kwaku ye se ye di nipa na chechiri kro. Ye di nipa na ye team. Enti supporters now complaining about some crofo now constitute as the board members no. I didn't talk with MC own team kakra.
Talk when they didn't see a team no.
But it's why a team na so obekwa kobobo obeto players baby na supporters no ma team no hene.
The thing they say talking about didn't see a team no. He believes that the people around team no. They are doing good job for him. We were at Cote d'Ivoire. You drew airport one who say Alaja company venture to say mercy form. Omo be the nim the number be and eventually he came and told me for coach.
Yeah.
Decide grow na ye ka omo asem na ye so omo nya adwuma nti yem for omo nzinje no. They are the same people that papa trust omo to go do business for him. He trusts them so much. As he go for mo kroma no, they have people they trust them regardless what you tell them. Omo did say these are the people omo ye adwuma na dia mame. Don't be bia ontie because of a certain things I want who ni pakro no. But when you contribute financially, what some yasma semi asuma si there o mo meka kra wo nti na sem no kene be ma me consider as ka for discount komo.
But the whole committee say you kra ne some komo bia madi na kira as say how to folk supporters kra omo consider omo e decision making mo
unim den dia na no pana atem ba ko ye mesere pa
dabi
omo so omo ye yini no the petition ko ma hwan Elvis Herman
yeah
time na manfo be demonstration no they went to Togo so support omo meboa ade achi ye na Herman hesi si ogina ba bi so on support efe no
yeah
ndu ye so obetuma ko Togo anim to the petition ko ma no
but say no when they supporters in the leader
and am so the supporters leader no support team no gina ba fa e ma team no gina fa du ka asem teme me matie ntini na contribute na sa na omo ye emfa ye de nyoma ba tutu akoma ye yesi e bebo team no sikasemu obi ama e de ye na ne shares nda bia da air cost no ma wo ye otuna mafo so omo pe ba shares da bia air cost ro e de bentia on e bo club no ho ka ti bibia on e be take final decision ti so wo pani ye party a omo njo ke si ja ka bia o si wunti so currently ye be say we are going to contribute to the club, so we want to be part of decision making because we are contributing. Maybe I just say that all man to be my club in this case you'll be part of it. Barcelona for net to about him for net to
supporters,
yes, because they contribute to the club, so they have major say in decisions are say take your club in him. When you don't contribute to the club, definitely nipana or the club name no on you won semuntum ombe ya nya de be kwakusiaga said the all can say no me see February say come out no sa na be ye no say mo pray ya ba ye see ya mamu bi o mehwe no me ye say mo see you say mo director for mamu
MD
waba ya appointed coach see you starting prepare na see ya boss second round no na ha say so mo win ya this demonstration and all these things o mo ye no e wa ko tonzuom the open mom fanifui ya come masem from something business they are still our crowd folk, so they need to make sure say on contribute to the club. When they do so e ade bia robert makoye dia momo assistant yantin so much man sikana momo
Black Queens
enye
say bi on betua amomo any moment from now, because the mean say gift be cancer per compensation bi akoso no on betua before omone Zambia game no Queens
enye, because in recent times omo ye nije pa ye mayo.
Oh yes, say ohwe omo team na anopa mi video bi omo arrival ohwe ekwan a omo fa so a omo ye omo normal unity wo ho omo camp eno no omo bi a come say a man team look attractive esen mema de no
sure the kind of chemistry omo build any unity wo team omo bobo na team say yes this is a team working. Na se team ne bobo ni na wie na se de esere no omfa mana that makes you someone as a o cheda ne ema no eni ni yie, because ma bojuma ni yie. What was expected of them oma deliver omo ejidie so omo no kra no omo ntimi maye no maye pe no, we don't keep them in that longer period. I am from Zigam momo ehwa pay kenkran yaje treatment is different, hotels or moda Nemo ye bibia different, but still oh my that performance are here. So they need to make sure say oh my no manente oh man nru ho ansa na ba be ye na so hia nipa na and the kaka na akam de man, but nipa na ye adwuma wo sese udi scan man wo de man wa relax wo hu de we obetifa ayi no de biara da e ma ni mpanifo yitwe manso de biara da omno mo twe manso. But there's one girl no me say me hwehwe no my hwe na me hu ni din. He's part of the Black Queens team no. Dressing on the buy minima send picture where my shadow so binya or WhatsApp the mamia. He dressed in no gramophone dress in Nibi.
I tell say Sharifa to or your goalkeeper.
Uno the couldn't tell me no.
Davi.
Young man is more bobo, so always they need to be sporty as more dressing that sporting you. I say and the man who's more bobo. But the ten say Obana me who say ubetimi abobo no what dress ya fa hu ye say de sese wo ye. I'm not saying that dressing no mo ye nenye, but for a lady to look like Bema wa bra bia o ye say adwumre susu say e mema adwuma sa na firo say because e man bo no kra no investment no ma ekum na ma bo no ma ye de nti no ma e konanim. But yes, you see how is your dressing oba campo but wa dressing yeah wa ba no timi say yes wo bobo ne de ba hu na adwum say eh one so afan ho aban di was a man about my dressing sport no my yes animal no o catch my attention oba bi obi o mo kan chen so when new fan because of this dress now yeah the buy company nti matimi enso ekwa support ne say ontimi nya adwuma no for ye black queens ne say be ya nyoma enso betimi akoyi enso da nti luta no eno ne nsamba safia now me support no me man full support for sad dressing we now yeah no because your man na e ba o man dress it like
I mean say oba camp kro no teammate in front hajia haji
ni na ya de e bo me football na pom
me da say Ricardo Vargas na ten kan ma me ko Jeffrey Asare the Apostle
so me shall say for Ricardo no the Madden Ricardo you see I okay first of all House of Folk as a club the tradition come so the deal with players baby ameka say ekobi ani ne hihye niema nipa dom ekonu niema nipa ni ji ekonu niema nipa ba hwa no kra say kowe mekra meka ho ena kowe sebi edu baby edui nipa ni beji ekonu ba akono so mpese me dom ekonu House of Folk has their way. House of Folk club they don't joke with almost supporters. House of Folk club almost pay attention to supporters. Almost tie supporters to a large extent to take decisions. Because almost without the supporters there's no club. Funnily for Togbe, Obetu has when Harris Akon brought Togbe to House of Folk board. Obetu has that's House of Folk here. The reason why House of Folk chapter O together with chapter 9 Betty me aka chere House of Folk say omukofa don bote from Ghana Port and Harbours Authority
gapoa
and Obano chapter O create a song compose a new man
okay
out done but if you leave me we go die we no go feel sleep that was a rendition of Niana this musical group Omonima VIP
yeah
yes and chapter 04 because between VIP and where the residing by chapter 04 is 100 meters away. They're in the same area anyway. And they bought him. Okay, Tori Jibrin.
Yes.
The late Kaneumu Onkofano Tafu.
I can't remember her born be.
Yeah.
So I tam them safi no matter abanga. Nom de ne koto bi. Ewo okay side ya
abanga crime na mere press conference. Na House of Folk supporters abewiano. After Bafa Manquita says then Sylvester Sarosu press community no Tafu.
Yeah.
Supporter I want to me making sure say me emphasize the role of the House of Folk supporters. Na sa tamani member bien a supporter Frenchman. And a baby abanga ko Accra.
A free koto konsem.
Yes. And so Togbe from day one we are fortunate, sir. Harris Akodu, but he became a member of the board. So, in terms of sir, where who and you'll be a Sebi Afen and saying 2011 commandments and so you be say they has we have floating shares at our stock market and now all these strategic African securities and NASA strategic limited initiative 2 companies out there 68.5% share and now by now you've had the benefit of being on the board chair by Commodore Mensa. We all that benefit. You were on the board of Harris Akon, Thomas Oka. You were Mark Bell, Titi Brothers. You were fortunate. And to who cried there, and then who run a club now, you should be the last person to disrespect supporters. That is one. 2, Togbe Ubaye. 3 pillars to raise revenue. Somebody raises car. We see 1, supporter engagement. And you're make a because one supporter engagement, you cannot get the fans at the stadium. How supported dynamics from Kumasi, most supporters run their own businesses. Accra, working for state institutions in Ghana. And till more time, point money, and then because Accra Nankasan a cosmopolitan, and the attendance was still meeting. Accra traffic bustling in council. Time for matches crisis subject. Over the years, I can't see any. And then also, almost come match near almost from Punano coastal belts no more. Almost no more income levels, some of them.
Okay.
So that crowd has a focus about the dynamics. Who crowd here is but you must first of all appreciate the dynamics. And then I did be uncle workers who crowd up and what doesn't get test so Ricardo and friends Luton family Remana. The dynamics, including income levels and jobs, are different. And Tiwono, can't supporter engagement no sebio de bia meka supporter bia odom club bia hu hia chen see you
Jeff Adey Gentia
see you say appoint you ba dana mozonko e
oko
new one buy
Fraba
supporters no mako
Dabi
omo ni o
omo ho
supporters uti assess omo no omo ye clients omo ye sponsors nti omo nye mistake sa dream no nyansa no 1 fan 2 3 ma you cannot have a good supporter base to support you on any day.
Okay.
And you need that in the good leadership of the NCC. It's very important. It's not for nothing. Oshe Atukwe Green Time, the late Atukwe Green Time. To Nelan Stromotagbe timer. The support base was solid. Well organized, solid. Unfortunately, one of the people who have failed, I can be, during the NCC time. It was something I said he would not do well. He didn't do it because I knew why. He didn't have the capacity to be a leader.
Oyo mo a ontie nkrofo asema
na. So Onua says what the leader, he's not been successful. And the supporters, they know him. Now see Obenye a board member. What I tell the supporters, who did you matter?
Okay. Matuasi.
Sebe you are din nyina kwan na nyi nya na sefatambo.
No cry.
And this club, you can be successful in your business as well, but this football club is different. This is not like any other business. This is football. And that is why a lot of business people are successful in business, but about football, but they fail.
Okay.
Because Nikasa no nyanti asia untibinyani. And so you want to have a supporter engagement like that is how come you come to the same. Harry Zakor. I'm always proud to say I have absolute asset to Asfo. No, there's no general we close Asfo in the year 2000 covered them out than me. Right to Neti. One more called Neti Fidi just out there. Because I have access to Alaji Asaf, access to Ashford, access to Fawaz, access to Harry Zakor. This club, a clubber, they don't joke with supporters. Sehas Bass in the year 2000, movie to New Tower. The supporters that follow the bus, you have no idea. Then you have about 20 buses or Nima runabout because almost free, so Honoma, almost sunny free down. The next place they'll pass is the Nima runabout. Do editor to Nima runabout. Until do Nima runabout, there's way be a more bus no be bon pam 2. There's a spiritual significance for that. I know that they will talk about that. When the obwa says sa free no money to see ni man about now uti pan 2 no number see when you see. At that time I have about 30 buses, starter bus 30 from Nima and will be lined up and they are behind them. The Hasbro bus. You lie. And so this is a club almost supporters the club almost supporters to me yomu butom sika and the year near man pompa my club doesn't come from the management source. The supporters are passionate. The engagement is called chapters to chapters. Those days. To engage them, I can't trouble near Babe Cinema. Dinner those has news no. A bayana asan. Because why involve somebody? Anytime Mama somebody who say team no ya kahua that it becomes successful. Even Kotoko. And I'm not me can't yes you. I'm saying me see. Power for back Kotoko. Me Kojo the former Ashanti Council, him, chum, Yamensamu, he was going to circles. The reason why has the Kotokobobo during the time a year mabroso, fast with the Sukraguni Paso, because he's always involved in engaging the sort of near my cause, the role they'll play. Look at the Mesa and the supporters engagement. Anytime be at these two clubs. Even the fights on Hasbro, we make sure say all the supporters no be mama someone want faso mo be here biano. At the end of the day, you make a lot of revenue and also commitment they march as soldiers to join you. This if you're in a club, you're part of the country. Now you don't have this wisdom, you will never be successful. Togbe enyo ne nebusu afọ ne Baba Stadium.
And the supporters.
And I'm saying treat the supporters like sponsors. No sponsor bigger than the supporters. No sponsor bigger than the supporters. who are 35,000 capacity every match. In a month, you are playing 2 games, and they are giving you 400,000. That's 800,000. How many sponsors? And next sponsor combined. How much do they give them? Now, more here different more. Free high horse no so never from never once. You need money from me. I'm the supporter. You need my presence there. You need me there. Yenyam by the presence of the fans, what it means to the players on the match. Yenyam. So talk me on high horse. This football club. This is not Asogli Power. This is not strategic African security. This football. He need to get down from in high horse and go to the level of the club. The club he came to meet the tradition of the club. It is very, very important. The contributors of others is a different leg. When you do this, it make it easier for the supporters to support the club. And I'm saying that's the time make a club now backward same relation with the supporters. Harris Akot Tomioka, they were successful. Commando Mesa Atoa was successful because of supporter and Gesebiu. Or Uncle Atoa or a top elite. But he goes down to the level of the supporters. Because of Tibonasi. Honestly, without support, then there's nothing like House of a Football Club. So until Togbiaja, and you see, Navaras can say, my friend is saying, I can't be anyway by Ivory Coast. The coach they are brought, he is nowhere near Josatu to give you. Who is he? This House of they've seen Josatu to give you. As a mama, who has won Champions League they've never won before, after going to 2 finals, 77 and 79. Over winning among 2000. One Confederation Cup for them with depleted side. So, this coach, yes, but trust me, this has a book. And the point also is that Sebiu. Who ya dear, Omombe Bono, almost say, Niprofo yen, Pomasem, Sebiu, it is smart enough to let them step aside. Or met Timia other way for you behind the scene, but don't put them mainstream. That's wisdom.
Okay.
I'll cry sombra, and you see, you have a. And how on earth somebody who claims a board member engages support I did at them? Not in my life. This is not as a vote. Who are coming to support us?
I said,
because club now, so this is not the way it was run recently. On the 2011 evolution, House wasn't run like this.
So Maxwell has a pan and the division.
Because Maxwell in the year 2000, he was the general secretary, and then that somebody was led by Neil Armstrong and Ken Soriwa was their PRO. The best NCC they've had in their history, followed by Tukogri administration. Neofri has not never by. So, and this, they were engaging the leadership. Look, I'm talking about the Millennium Chairman Isaac. Even him, he pay attention and listen to the supporters. Or court chapter. Talk about which chapter has he visited? Mimoba, for example. I'm not even living to us. Mimoba, for example. Yeah. Which chapter na Tobiako?
Mentibi.
Okay, na sobeti. Bewa. The composition of the board, started with Berma Otuahini as NZ chairman. Yeah. He was not allowed to function as a rep on the board because the chapters must have their chairman on the board. The issue about Anoni Akambi became an issue. Yeah. But Akambi is not an elected chairman or a former chairman. It's a board meeting. He personally told me, I thought it'd be a call. And it's about there's no more voice when voice of supporters are on the board. Elvis. And talk also on Momo issues. Does he go to board meeting?
Jabi.
Now, why shouldn't the NCC chairman be member of the board? Why never be can near ma mo person mo why never timia can mo sem I just what is better than the leader? Why na so what is no be because omo na mo to abama omo or GD onim no mo to abama no. Why na or kasombetie? Because you see ano omo losing the trust in Togbe. Nippon be jine di omo chairman. Chairman no be me afa mo grievance na ko board no so o kan mpanifo no be tie because on need no.
Yeah.
Now between the supporters and the board, why is that middleman or come as omo?
Sebino. Because nra ye ne wa yo din come say Elvis ye den nsagunachi.
So please me friend. The point is that Togbe is really running House of Oak in contrast to how House was run when he was a member of the board. Yes. Or running as a work like, you see, what me run personal business. Also be I can talk with personal business because any personal business. But over club, the players in the football club are many. And it's very important for him to understand that. Sebio, Ashford Tetioku, there's no administrative manager in Ghana football that's better than him. But at the end of the day, talking about Ashford Friazzo, he resigned and left. One of the people that could have made Togbi's administration very functional, wonderful, him. Because club no on the moon same channel, and the moon share, and a club no supporters to add the media Cassia Mano on the Momo Casa on the Madioka. You see, that is why sometimes who take over Bibia, Nyabotre, how you eliminate or sack people. Tina Boni will be a transition. You're more transactions we over a period of time until Sebi 19 team firma. Now feed anybody Bruni Bia sign me a proper transition. Now never be bro, I we must learn how to do it on the job. Because being a board member, any big deal. I've been administrative manager. The real duties of the function of the club on daily basis and the real show. Onye used to that, but Uncle War. Arizakomo Tomioka, they had Ashford. Okay, the Bia has Onya Sema. Alaji has the late backer does it. Send Thompson fan a week. Na Ashford Crafal. Na Agbesi Japasu. Ediechia. Omunim some ko FA case no. Because Ashford ne cry all the facts and the data and details. He's no more. So this matter here, you better start the league. The Hasbro matches a bit empty. Unfortunately for them, but the house over there, go back to the pictures of the year 2000. The pictures of the year 2004. Next year, she has over Esperance final. Don't tell me Hasbro so what they don't attend football. They don't attend matches. No, they want beautiful football. But Togbia Mani Nira Park no so enkoyi. Aside and Sema Omu Kanya Sebi for Boni ni die momuno on Tioma 7 Park no so enkoyi. And so once Park no so enkoyi no, Muamuda team na no cry, you don't have the moral justification to even be insulting supporters. You will supporters. I'm gonna say ma Union Bedding come there, Casa there, Akro. Because listen, send me here 20 Ghana free virus wa. Chairman Varus, the big boss Varus. Because SM money to me any day. Now the session but no big credit. But me Varus and I would cry as a we. Who guys me call no cabre. And to somebody look, as I got was I saw croc. So what is in general your croc mode defensive yes semu sa no mutu no ma ba omo ba ho na benyeska.
Team no more management na more jidara.
Now when you be also a bob, what the bob member abroche baby as what did your friend saying? So what attempt that? Already no problem.
Baby krana nkasa yin krana.
Yeah, you were true as a long time. But with impunity and arrogance, as if team no omno mbusian for dia. Say mu dia mu ko paka mu ko fisa mu busian from ba paka mbehwe boss. That's no problem. They should not complain about poor attendance. Because me and me misika and then on first no and then more options and then start and apple met me try me fee app is me share match now me one bottle bitter maybe na me trebi compared to be me free obi free masama e be share ball obi free kaso be share ball that transportation and now is about 60 to 70 Ghana or about 20 Ghana the traffic congestion I'll bet tracker match do they have the common sense to go through this, get into the mind of somebody to do the trauma and the stress they go through to get to the stadium. Now, so person me member stadium and find say near me nyama e so pa me chok me. And to me backra, me nim say be away di 1 years na so luta me more 2000 na only free. Because you've gone through that before. That moment, no. What you say 500 ground dream.
Oh yeah.
Who's a Bema and Nigeria na Sikade.
Oh yeah. So me basa.
And 2 months support and energy okrokona on beba. And then you also have this leg of bringing women to the stadium. It's also a very good motivating aspect. But I know you're a different subject. So In some, when it comes to Hasbro, I can do more than 1 week or 2 weeks every day on different segments because this is a club I've been with for years. As I've reported as a journalist, covered this club.
Because Apostle, they are working na Obubo Dimbi and Ness Thompson,
yes,
Ashford,
yes,
a Dimbi
Titi brothers,
Titi
brothers, Macbeth,
yeah, but they are not associating themselves
because talk about Pamu every club, no. Because I'm too for now. Sebio, say someone like Commodore Mensah, someone like Harry Zako, someone like yes, Steve, we ni Aibonte now Thomas Okanwe, but these three should form a special advisory caucus behind the scene for you.
Okay.
And I'm millennial Harry Zako. Sebe Nyansen won a dream for him to move from Great Olympics to come to Hasbro and can win the Champions League. I lead Hasbro all this while Tommy can be winning competition cup. So in for any Nyansen be the legal football legal luminary and Ness Thompson, who had even chaired the Black Star, the legal team on the Ghana Football Association. That's the level he got to. And then the experience in football over 3 decades spanning, especially Hasbro. Onim near more the Titi brothers or the tango by for Senya Nyami or my husband over $300,000 loan. Danka, your friend is saying car crab on your car accident on the way from Tema because almost down the car he was thinking. I mean, people have suffered for the club and also they have brains, more experiences to share. Fans, but you need to pay attention to them. Listen, but
because who can say I can't remember Kotokata for Kumasi Confederation.
Yes.
Say Benfan said Tommy Okai, said baby now. Omo banner Hank White in the ball. Now Omo Fritan and Mupia. You could see out of folk supporters by then.
Oh, Massa.
There is a certain atmosphere be a real stadium.
Spirit to be. Because base match no obo white no ono bebo odu na I say ejo iba be ena minim I think tomorrow will show unfortunately mean but let's say next week I'll start doing something. Fawazok but watch the scene. Fawazok the white no born left. No ball right. Oba no I say it's finished. You see omo ye niam bi omo papa omo masum bi papa ka ewras for this no.
Oh, Apostle. Dear Pa Nessie.
And the Sancrophones on campon when you adore. Pa. Has a work, yeah, Selmukunto Quacra, Yanikotoko. Ombefa 1 Ford bus. Ediaba. Omunyanashim. Obia did not drive by quite fast so I everybody. The only time there will be unity even when they have issues is when they are going to play as an. But unfortunately, Togwea Madena Bay yet to say. Sebi omo o can be crowd nyansan of them. And now crowd me share here. So look at the board members. So Frank Nelson. There was a man who borrowed over $150,000 to Tom Yoka's administration. Yes. We or the Obia as a message set talk Benny Frank Nelson ye closer. Only share and cancer. And can solve his problem no one time. The man today on the board that can solve the problem of the supporters is Frank Nelson. Because the supporters themselves, so years ago wanted him to be the NCC chairman or something.
Okay.
Because Oyobia or Wahon Brassier eti supporters that say only me quite fast when supporters na kasa. Obia supporters here more than the button or their mom some koya activities be anyway. The supporters who they born in the Cassia Mano. Na sebeu, Senya Homaswa. Anka mre dui, nanka wan lesio no so. Emre du de mayeni supporters nyan kambum kasa. Ono okwa. Ade omu yese Francis kasa sesia so the supporters asemasa.
And they said they were okay anka to cool tempers down. Frank Nelson be the MD.
Onye da. Min can say me but onye NC da. That will never do that.
Because now supporters me be breeding komo. John can say yes obi me MD ni pan kwa mu nim no heart of oku. Wo nim omo tradition.
The has almost share 5 this how. until the shareholding thing has over, no, they were appointing CEOs. What they are saying. Until Harris call, you know. Then Tom Yokan came. Then has Stephen Akwete interim. Now Stephen Akwete interim Professor Kofi Kumado. No, Toby was part of that particular committee. You have Frank Anoche was also part of that particular committee. So House of Folk, Omoba appoint too in the part the history. Omoba appoint like the late Tommy Thompson, on the continental continental club masters. Tommy Thompson, for instance. I mean, or you be an House of Folk no didn't move. On him has to folk no, and the almost my appointment. On say Sebion Crawford, team don't moja no momo. Until talk about this flotation of shares, commandments of 2011, this of MD said by Omo Fafa, Nuna Makamaguna. What is a Brunia Aranas Wogda? But I don't have flotation of shares the Ediba. So they say, but Ankasa Breno, unyo be a has moja no more, untimin Raniasvo. Yeah. And who said, Tom Yoka, Harris are called free, even though Harris are called great Olympics, but has would or Jazz was so well said as if said has Mujano anymore, and he proved it. Yeah. Then Stephen Tom Yoka was the deputy team manager for Stephen Akwete. The year 2000. Now Stephen Akwete is team manager. Okay. Tommy a deputy. Now when Harris are called left, Omo fem, and as was my point, so be on fem suka crack. Okay. And Tommy on fem pa. What Tommy ta Kodogosias? Okay. Tommy Otinia Masi said, young was a codio. Otinia Masi, Niamamu, at one mopa. A GD. Oh, GD or GD or G or Sadi Emily. Okay. So, almost consider a lot of factors as some points where has over see you. Because as Ginimedi, has team no was founded on the background of certain spiritual forces. What is very, very important. And to show you can't usher for now, you can't ask for a back of summer. You book Kole. The reason why I just say now, we share 2011, I'm going to call Kole in Sion, maybe a colleague on Sion, Kole. Yeah. You don't understand. Almost say Swalaba, the spiritual hub, Swalaba, Untiasia. And the spirits, not that those people who be all want to say, Basia Quakum near Kohanama. Nana mo ebe tu niema ese se nipa no ye obi oti ase a onim niema ese oye a ode ku
Apostle yem fancy na ye be se abeto asa issue de me ma yem fa enso ha e wo se because e basia na mpanyimfo a omo follow football na che omo edi air club na chi nkwada omusu ade no they learn a lot from it e chi na be to aso pa ye de obi bia asa na ye di shootout adwumade ni be si wote Jeffrey Asari the Apostle kasa so na Ricardo Varas wotenenka medin edilu taken nas na Shadrack omada Roman omboa me di dwumade bro ye sorry adon bo a chira no pa hia ye wo agye chen bi adwumade no so no nso ne mfa de aka nyina to aso